Hi, I'm Kirsten Katz. I'm an artist and designer from Sydney, Australia, and welcome to the next episode of Chit Chat Tuesdays. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about style and how to find your style and why, as artists or people who are starting out in art, really struggle with finding their style. This was something that really I personally struggled a lot with myself, because I'm thinking, style, should I have a style? Where do I find my style? How do I get my style? And it was like this elusive thing that you had to find, or would somehow miraculously just appear or hit you. Okay, I hope you can't hear. My neighbours next door are cutting down trees and trimming hedges, so I hope there's not too much noise in the background. Anyway, one thing I've been considering and thinking about with style is remembering, like, the first time you might have put on makeup. Did you have a style? Were you good at it? Probably not. I don't think anyone was good. And what you thought looked good at the time, you know, bright eyeshadow, big lips and eyes and all this stuff and lots of like stuff caked on. If you saw that, if you still did your makeup that way, it would probably look, you'd be in shock. You would not step out of the house. So it took you time to find your style, your way, the products that you use, and how you apply your makeup. The same thing is true for an artist. It takes you time to find the mediums that you like to use and learning how to use them. You might love watercolors, but it takes time to learn how to use them. You might like to draw with pencils. It takes time to actually learn how to use pencils and layer up to get the shading right. The same thing with acrylic paints and oil paints. It all takes time. What you can, as an artist, you know what you like, or even anyone, you know when you see something, you know what you like. So you have to really lean into your own, trusting your gut and your own intuition, and draw deeply within yourself the things that you personally like, the things you like to paint or draw, the things you like, the mediums, the way it looks, the colors. All these components come together to create your style. It's nothing that can be forced or learned. It is something that just develops over time. The more you use, the more you practice, the more you try out different things and techniques, and also being able to replicate what you have done. So, also the same thing might be think dresses. Like when the first time you went shopping as a teenager and you bought clothes and you thought, oh wow, these are really, really cool, and you bought it because that was the latest thing in trend. It may not have actually really suited you or suited your body shape, or even the color may have clashed, and you might have just worn these things because yay, that was the next trending thing. The same can be said about art. Sometimes you don't have to always jump on the next trending thing, because it may not suit the way you paint or draw or your own personal style. The same can be true about when you decorate your house. Can you remember the time when you first moved out of house? You probably had nothing. And then, so you had to scrounge and you had odd pieces together, things that were given you, hand-me-downs, or what you could afford, or what you took from your home with you when you first moved out of home. And it wasn't until later on, as you earned money and things, and you developed a sense of style of how you like to have your home and to create your own personal space. It is all about finding something that makes you happy and your own personal style and something you enjoy. So it comes from a deep passion, and also learning and training to understand what works together, how you can do things, and mixing things up. You have to try things. You never learn nobody starts out at the best. You learn by your mistakes and trial and error, and also gaining experience and confidence. So that's my little bit today about style. It's only very short today because I have a few deadlines which I've got to get to, but I really wanted to share this because sometimes it's good to think of things in a different way and put like an analogy, put them to other things into some sort of perspective. But with art and people and starting out, and even people who are seasoned artists and things like that, they might still struggle. I know when I switch mediums, so I might go from painting with acrylics to watercolors, or then using markers or pens and inks. It always takes me a bit of a while. The first few pieces I do, they're like warm-ups to get back into the zone and knowing the ways to use the actual mediums and techniques and things, and then to develop those or use them in the way and put your own signature on them. So what am I trying to say? Okay, what I'm really trying to say is that even though you might draw, your handwriting is all the same, right? You get practice and that's how you handwrite, and that is your comfort zone. So you have to get the same form of comfort zone and when you use all the different mediums. So even though it might be a different medium and a different color scheme and even maybe a different inspiration or theme, so you might go from flowers to drawing trees or landscapes, and change up the mediums, it still has the underlying artist style and look and hand draw marks. But the artworks can look different, but there will be some sort of cohesive gel with them. There's also things you might like to try up, say different themes. You might like a real graphic mid-century modern style. You might want to do something that's more floral and cottage garden or vintage or realistic or like pop art or abstract. These are all other ways that you can help develop your style and also artist toolkit of things that you can be known for. So yes, it was a bit longer because I rambled on a bit there, but that is what I wanted to talk about. Don't stress about finding your style. Take time, be patient with yourself and try things and really hone into what you like. What is your personal, what brings you passion and what you are drawn to, and then start slowly and finding ways that you can use this to develop, to really create a cohesive, strong, personal look. Thank you, and I will see you next week. Bye.